everyone. Welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the Mark of Athena, chapter 36, Annabeth. Well, man, this chapter, I really enjoyed it. It was pretty exciting. It starts with Annabeth just kind of walking, with her cane down this corridor. But as she's walking, she keeps hearing this whispering sound, and it's getting louder, and it's getting more varied in the sounds. It's not just one voice or two voices or 10 voices. It's like 100 voices, 1,000 voices, and Annabeth's walking with her crutch, trying to go faster because these whispering voices, she just knows, and bringing back her memories of fears of spiders just crawling all along the corridors. She finds these wooden beams across kind of this door, and she breaks them down and crawls into this room that's about the size of a basketball court. In the middle, there's this huge chasm, like 15 feet, and it just goes down. There's no end to the down. And then across it are two poles, too thin to walk across, unless she was like an acrobat and she could walk really easily, but she has a broken ankle. She can hear the whispers getting louder and louder, and actually she looks down the tunnel. She can see the spiders starting to come, just little marble-sized spiders coming down the corridor, hundreds, thousands of them, and she knew that there were millions more. This whole time she's like trying to fight her panic. She remains calm. She looks around and she sees a torch hanging in on one of the walls. She grabs the torch, lights a fire, and she runs over to the entrance with all the broken down wood, lights that on fire, and then all the spiders and the spider webs going through this tunnel just catch on fire, and thousands of spiders just get roasted alive. Oh, I think that's that one. Sorry. Oh man. Just all these spiders just getting, exploded. And then the fire from the wood is still going. So Annabeth has some time and a little bit of protection. She goes back to the poles, and she notices that there are some special hooks. And I actually don't even know what kind of hooks these are. I imagine like a nail going in and a circle kind of going around that you could put string through. I don't know for sure, or maybe like just a hook like that you could clip string to. But there's some special hooks on these lines, and she realizes this is a tapestry or a loom. There we go. It's a device used to be able to sew and make rugs and pictures and things like that. So she takes out the yarn from her backpack. She doesn't even know how to do this, but she just starts weaving through all of the yarn, and something happens in her mind. Just boom. Oh, maybe I need to get some lotion. Oh, there we go. Boom. And she gets in this zone, and she starts weaving this bridge. She's not even thinking about it. Just just weaving all the threads, and she's slowly going across. She gets halfway across, and she can see that the fire's starting to die down, and the spiders are starting to crawl in through the gaps in the fire. And she starts weaving faster. Oh, I forgot to mention, she throws her torch across the chasm before she even started, so she can see what's going on the other side. She finally makes it to the other side. She grabs the torch, touches it to the threads that she just made, that bridge, and woof! The whole thing catches in fire in the shape of two fiery owls together. Annabeth doesn't know if there's like some kind of magic going on, if she had accidentally woven those those owls, or what. But she saw that picture, and from that, the spiders started to go away. Like they weren't interested in her anymore. So she feels like she passed some kind of test, and then she goes on deeper. About 20 feet later, she forgot her cane on the other side, so she's kind of hopping. She enters this other room, about the same size as the previous one, But inside, it has the most beautiful tapestries along the wall that she's ever seen. And there, at the far edge, is the Athena Parthenos, the statue of the goddess Athena. And it looks so amazing. 40 feet high, pure white marble, gold clothes all over it. On a hand is a life-size statue of Nike, the goddess of victory. And on her other hand, she has a shield with a snake behind it. And it just looks incredible. In fact, it looks just like her mom. And she's just like, whoa, I found it. But now how do I get it out of here? Around the cavern too, there's cracks going all over the floor. Cracks here and there, and spider webs connecting things, and some like as thick as pillars. And it looks like it's just gonna fall and break apart kind of at any moment. She's looking at these tapestries a little bit more closely, and she sees several different things. But the last one that she notices is a tapestry, beautiful tapestry of her and Percy Jackson kissing their first kiss underneath the water. I can't quite remember in the original books, but maybe Percy and Annabeth started dating, and there's a tradition when people start dating at camp, they throw them into the water, or maybe they completed their first. Percy completed his first quest, and so then they threw Percy in the water, and Annabeth went with him. I can't exactly remember, but they had started to fall in love, and their fellow campers threw them into the water. Now Percy doesn't get wet because water is his friend, but they land in there and they pretend that they're in the water and they share a kiss underneath the water. And that is what this tapestry has. And Annabeth is like, how could Arachne even have known that happened? It was under the water. And she's just like, what's going on? At that point, a voice starts to speak right above the statue, and it's just as Percy described, like several different voices speaking at once that were female but not human, and whispery and creepy. And as soon as Arachne starts to speak, Annabeth feels the fear. In fact, the pain that she had in her ankle completely goes away because her blood just turns like cold with fear. And then Arachne starts to talk and says, I knew it would be you. I knew it would be you, Annabeth. I knew out of all of Athena's children, you were the most clever. And oh, it's going to feel so good killing my oldest enemy's most prized daughter. Oh man, Annabeth is like, ah! But even though she's freaking out, she tries to stay strong. And she's like, you're Arachne, and I'm going to take this statue back for my mom. And Arachne gets closer and closer. And she's like, how are you going to do that? You have to defeat me. And Annabeth knows that there's no way to defeat this spider. And she's like, I'm going to die. And that is how the chapter ends. What in the world? Ugh! I thought Rick Riordan was going to do this to us. Rick Riordan's the author. Oh my goodness. How could he just leave that at a cliffhanger? Man. I'm so disappointed. It could have at least finished up Annabeth's section. But now we're just moving over to Leo. What is Annabeth going to do? Oh, that's my discussion question. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go to vocabulary. Jarring. Jarring is like shaking. She's trying to move without jarring her ankle too much. Gauzy. Gauze is that thin cloth that's kind of woven together that doctors use to put on something that, if you have like a cut or scratch, and there's a lot of blood, they'll put it on that and wrap it up. That's called gauze. And so gauzy is that kind of woven material, but it has some cushion and air inside of it. And all of the walls and the webs were kind of gauzy because they're so thick. Sconces, we've had this word before, I believe. But a sconce is kind of like a structure on a wall that you can put a torch into. If you remembered that word and forgot the pronunciation, I wanted to have it in there. Sconce. The next one is loom. A loom is an old, well, I guess we still have them nowadays too, but traditional machine that people would use to create carpets and rugs and even dresses and shirts and things like that. And they would use it to weave the thread and to make patterns and things like that. Circumference. Circumference is the outer area of, it could be anything, but usually in a circle. So actually, if we looked at this, this owl here, let me grab a pen. This outside is the circumference. And, if you do geometry or if you like math, you can know that you can find the circumference of a circle by dissecting this part and checking out this part and looking at these things and measuring this angle, all sorts of math stuff, which has been way too long for me to remember any of that. But the circumference is the total outer area. And so the edge of this room, the circumference of it, has these tapestries around the side. All right, let's continue on here. Scorned. Scorned is like rejected and looked at with anger and disgust. So after Arachne's battle with Athena, people scorned Arachne. Right, giving all those different kind of attitudes, feelings, and expressions. I think the last one here is spinnerets. Spinnerets are those little things at the bottom of a spider that make the web, that spin the web. We call those spinnerets. And the book describes Arachne. Oh, she looks really scary. Like a black widow spider with these 8 legs with huge barbs. A barb is like a thorn sticking out that are like the same size as Annabeth's dagger. Man, she has like this beautiful face, but then it's like spider mouth with like spider teeth and oh man, it just looks freaky, and huge spinnerets coming down from the bottom of her. Wow, that sounds freaky. And that's what Annabeth has to fight in battle. Whew. Discussion question here. How will Annabeth defeat Arachne? I have no idea if Annabeth really will defeat Arachne. Oh, man, that could be a crazy plot twist if Annabeth actually dies or fails or whatever. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna guess she succeeds somehow. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but let's just assume that she will. Or if you think she was gonna die, man, please, you can please share that too. But my question is, guessing that Annabeth will succeed, how do you think Annabeth will defeat Arachne? I guessed before we were talking that she was going to use a torch and use fire, but she already used fire to defeat the other spiders, so I don't think she'd use that again. But my mind is turning. Okay, what's the next thing going to be? What else is she going to do to defeat Arachne? Oh man, why did you leave us a cliffhanger? What do you think? And of course, please write your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.